The Grand Chamber of the Galactic Council vibrated with restrained tension. Delegates from 12 species encircled the vast round table, their varied forms casting long shadows beneath pale blue lights. At the heart of the dispute was humanity, the newest and most debated member of the ancient alliance. Ambassador Vex of the Altari leaned forward, silver skin gleaming. "The humans have been among us for only 6 months," he said coolly, "and already they demand equal voting authority, trade privileges, and military cooperation." He paused deliberately. "They have forgotten their position." Councillor Thrau of the insectoid crash clicked his mandibles. "Earth is merely a Class 7 world. Most of our home systems rank Class 3 or 4. They evolved on a mild, forgiving planet, yet they presume equality." The debate had stretched for hours. Some favored sidelining humanity politely. Others suggested assigning them minor roles. Vex, however, proposed something final. "Give them exactly what they request," he said smoothly. "Let them prove their worth on Korath Prime." Silence engulfed the chamber. Korath Prime, a Class 15 death world. 3 expeditions had attempted settlement in the past century. None survived longer than a week. The Altari lost 200 colonists in 4 days. The Zepyrians retreated after 48 hours. Even the resilient Silicon Rocklings abandoned their mission. Elder Nera of the Symphons whispered, "That planet devours the unprepared." "Precisely," Vex replied with a thin smile. "Either the humans perish, or they learn humility." The vote narrowly passed. 3 weeks later, Captain Reed stood aboard the colony ship Determination, reviewing the briefing. Something about the Council's opportunity felt less like honor, and more like a test. 18 hours remained before humanity met its supposed end. The first sensation was the smell. Even before the landing shuttles touched Korath Prime's surface, the filtration system struggled against the chemical stench, burning metal mixed with sulfur and decay. Shuttle Alpha shuddered violently during descent as green lightning tore through violet storm clouds. "Brace for impact," Pilot Martinez warned. Temperature, 47 degrees Celsius. Gravity, nearly double Earth's. Wind gusts exceeding 120 kilometers per hour. And this was considered mild weather. The shuttle hit hard. Corrosion alerts sounded almost instantly. Outside, the terrain looked hostile beyond reason, black soil, jagged glowing rock formations, and trees whose branches moved with unsettling intent. "Movement detected," Dr. Stone reported. "Large heat signatures converging." Moments later, something slammed into the hull. Through reinforced glass, Reed glimpsed a towering plant-like organism, its branches ending in snapping, toothed maws clawing at the shuttle. "Standard protocol recommends evacuation," Reed muttered, studying the creature. Instead, he asked calmly, "Dr. Stone, what do these things normally eat?" Silence. Then realization. Minutes later, Reed stepped outside in an environmental suit, wielding a modified mining laser. Behind him, 2 Marines followed with steady precision. The stalker vine lunged. Reed fired at its neural cluster. The massive organism collapsed. "Effective," he reported. Nearby predators halted their advance. "They're not used to prey that fights back," Reed observed. Within hours, the humans had secured the landing zone. Engineers repurposed predator remains for reinforcement. Scientists cataloged samples. Families erected temporary shelters. In orbit, Ambassador Vex watched in disbelief. 0 casualties. 0 retreat requests. Instead of begging for rescue, Captain Reed transmitted a single update. Landing phase complete. Beginning construction. 3 weeks transformed survival into progress. Former predator nests became workshops. Acid sacs were refined into industrial solvents. Lightning storms revealed mineral deposits. Carnivorous plants became perimeter defenses. Korath Prime had not been purely hostile, it had been reactive. Dr. Stone discovered that the planet responded differently to fear than to confidence. Previous expeditions had arrived armed for domination. Humans adapted instead of conquering. Predators began keeping respectful distance. Stalker vines formed natural wind barriers. Wildlife behavior shifted. Within months, the colony flourished. Energy-producing biofruits powered homes. Living processors refined or without pollution. Structures grew organically from crystal formations, blending human engineering with native biology. Population rose from 500 to over 2,000. Births outpaced losses. Immigration requests flooded in. From orbit, Ambassador Vex read the reports with mounting alarm. Economic projections placed Korath Prime as the most productive world in 3 sectors within a year. Humans were planning settlements on dozens more Class 15 worlds. The punishment meant to humble them had instead unlocked unimaginable prosperity. 1 year after landing, Vex walked through the thriving city himself. Children of multiple species played beneath domesticated predator plants. Buildings pulsed gently with stored lightning energy. "How?" he finally asked Captain Reed. "We listened," Reed replied. Korath Prime didn't want conquerors. It wanted partners. As Vex departed, he understood the Council's mistake. They had attempted to teach humanity its place in the galaxy. Instead, they had given it the means to redefine it.